Earlier this week, I showed a 15-second clip on Instagram, so part of this set of tempo squats. Just I only managed to fit 2 reps in, but just from those 2 reps, my coach Jason Manikoff immediately sent me a text about his concerns about my bar path, and that's something that I'm sure a lot of people may not even pick up on, but certainly it was an issue. I mean, this weight didn't really feel all that heavy, but as you could tell from my walkout, it didn't quite feel right on my back. It was shifting a little more than I probably should have, and so again, even though this was still really lightweight, and in fact I think even 8.5 might be a little bit conservative. It didn't quite move in the right direction that I wanted to, even though my speed out of the whole was actually pretty good with all reps. And so, kind of the point here, as powerlifters, we're always trying to strive for perfect technique, and I think it's something that the casual lifter just doesn't really appreciate in general. I mean, you'll see guys in commercial gyms just haphazardly getting under a bar without any real attention to setup, and even if they don't think they're using necessarily bad form, the fact that they're not really paying as much attention to things like setups and bar paths and things like that, there's still leaving a lot of room on the table for improvement just through technique. I mean, think about all those guys who go to powerlifting seminars and instantly or gained 5 pounds of muscle in a day. They just learned some cues and got better with technique, and even more so than just technique, it goes to show how important the little things are. I mean, as you guys may know, I've been having issues with my squat since Raw Unity. In my first USA PL meet, I got red lighted for depth twice, which kept me from adding pounds to my squat. And then leading up to Heat Wave, I missed a couple of lifts that I really should have hit easily, and then ended up missing 350 on my second attempt before hitting it again on my third. So it's been a struggle, and there are a lot of issues to fix, and so I'm certainly aware of that. I just need to be on top of things, not just with technique, obviously, but things like recovery. Sleep has been an issue. I'm trying to work on that. Making sure I'm eating enough. Basically all the little things. I mean, this is a sport where there really isn't a whole lot of margin for error. I mean, there's a fine line between hitting a PR and missing a lift, or even worse, getting injured. And going back to the casual lifter who just casually gets under the bar, or even doing little things like not putting weights away, or putting weights in the wrong place, or not setting the rack height correctly, or not setting the pins on the squat rack correctly. I mean, these little mistakes can really add up to big issues. Again, you're leaving a lot of pounds on the table by not taking care of every single thing that you can control. Obviously, sometimes there are things that go beyond your control, sometimes a meet can take forever to post flights, and when we were warming up, and you'll realize that you don't actually lift until the third flight. You know, this is something that actually happened at a meet this weekend that I was at. So I'm just kind of mentioning that. And, you know, sometimes those things can be out of your control, but you know, technique, something that's definitely under your control. You know, how much you sleep to a certain extent. I mean, you know, this training cycle, you know, I've really, you know, tried to focus on, you know, getting ready for this meet, you know, even to the point where, you know, with my work, I've often covered at other sites, but, you know, with this training cycle, I'm absolutely not, you know, I already made an announcement that, you know, I'm absolutely not taking any coverage or working extra hours. I'm just really trying to focus on doing the best I can. You know, again, this is going to be a really competitive meet. There's going to be a lot of great lifters, and, you know, it's going to be close. Like, you know, this could come down to the last deadlifts, you know, placing wise, and, you know, I know I'm going to need to make as many attempts as I can, and in order to do that, you know, again, I need to focus on controlling everything that I can, making sure I approach every set with perfect technique, making sure that, you know, I'm doing everything I can outside of the gym, and mobility and sleep and eating, to make sure that I'm performing at my best.